guys. Time to get this milk room ready to milk cows. Actually, I've got to run a wash first. Then we can get the milk room ready. Pull this out. Sometimes it doesn't like to come out, which is annoying. Oh, come on. Any other day you'd work, but now because I got the camera, you're like, nope. Are you serious? There we go. Pull it out to that notch there. Slide that into that, like so. And then we gotta drain this because for some reason this always collects water from the rinse. Grab a filter, which is supposed to be up here, but I haven't put it up there yet. And now we're gonna put this filter in this spring looking thing, or the spring in the filter. You're supposed to get them wet, but we usually don't, and they work just fine. So I just pinch off the end and then stick it in the tube. And then it's behind you guys. Put the elbow on. Try to make it as straight as possible. Slide that over the tank. Usually it has just a little bit of water in it, so I let it drain a little bit. And then we take this pipe, which goes into the tank, and this other clamp and this other gasket, and we put it in the tank. The top of is very dusty considering I just cleaned it not that long ago, so I gotta clean it again. Put the pipe on, and I did a pretty good job getting this straight, just saying. It's a little bit crooked. That's why I don't tighten it all the way so I can turn it still. Then you put your other clamp on. And you tighten them both. Now I just gotta take all of these out of their wash cups and we're ready to go. First I gotta feed the cows because they're having an absolute fit. They haven't gotten their cornmeal yet, so I will catch up to you guys in a minute. All right, now we can really get into it. So Brent is outside right now dumping the sawdust. We got sawdust yesterday. He's just gonna lift the truck up enough so a little bit falls out so we can bed him this morning. We had our snowstorm, and I say snowstorm with air quotes because we were supposed to get this huge snowstorm in New England, and a lot of people did. We didn't get anything. I don't even know if we got more than a couple inches. It's hard to tell because the wind blew like insane. So all of it is clear anyway. I don't even know if they had to plow the roads that much. I think they had to wing back the snowbanks because it was blowing into the road. But we got like almost nothing. And we also did not lose power, so all around. For us, it ended up being an okay storm. But I know, like I said, a lot of people are dealing with a lot of snow and a lot of issues. So now we have got to get the girls bale. They're just finishing up their cornmeal and their minerals right now. And we got to put a bale on for them and go around with that. And then we can start milking. Prim, stop. She's trying to eat the camera. We are a little bit later this morning. I know. Chill. We are a little bit later this morning. You guys can probably tell the sun just started coming up. It's about 6 o'clock, so we really need to get going, get these girls fed and then milk. And then I've got a few things. Actually, I might do those beforehand because it's affecting how we're milking. So I'm gonna show you guys that in a few minutes, but I gotta put the camera down and hurry up and go around with that bale, so.
Well, we ready to go change this thing?
Yep, that's what we're gonna be doing.
We're gonna change a milk inlet.
That's where you hook the machine up. That's where you, well, these here.
After a while they wear out, the rails. The rails wear out. That's what happens. The rails get thinner and then this thing doesn't stay up when it's supposed to, and it slips down.
Or the gooseneck won't hook onto it right, so it'll suck, or it'll just pop this off
Trouble
entirely.
People who milk it are too short.
Hey, it's on your side.
I know, but the people we've had working before are too short.
Oh, you're talking about
and when they reach the gooseneck up, they don't pull down at the proper angle. They pull down more straight, and it peels it off. And when it peels that off, it damages the rail.
Yeah.
And so many times of that, then it's just
useless.
And you can't just replace the gasket. You'd think putting a new gasket in would help, but it doesn't help because the rail is chewed down.
I'll show you guys when we take off. You'll be able to tell. But this one we had was extra. We had bought an extra one anyway. Well, a couple. We used a couple of them, but somebody sent us like 6 of them. Five of them, yeah. So which is nice because
I bet they're $30 a piece now.
I think they're 40 because when I looked it up at Coburn, I think they were like 37, and that was like a year ago. So.
Probably 45 for one of those.
But before we milk, we got to do that because last night Brent was having a lot of trouble.
Oh yeah.
Getting pretty mad.
Good times. Good times.
Good times were had by all. Oh, I'm on okay. Naturally, it's probably all covered in. They also leak milk when they get like this. It's covered in. Wow.
Matter.
Oh, it's got milk in the hole there. So that's where you put it back on, and then it's got the clamp that goes around it. But you got to make sure that that gasket that he just put in, that white one, is on it, or it won't seal up right. That is a dirty hatch you got there. One of you guys said between his hat and my overalls, they're gross. Why is this? There we go. I keep getting junk all over the camera. Also, I have a hole in my overalls now. Look at that. Yep. I already wore them out. You can see my jammies. Hi. She's like, what are you doing? Hello. Yeah, I'm gonna stand on this side because I can't really see it as well from over there. Clean some of this off where it leaked a little bit.
Here. You gotta put that thing in here.
Which way does it go?
I don't think it matters.
It doesn't matter? Doesn't want to stay in there for some reason.
I know.
Maybe if I get it.
Did it stay? Think it stayed in place?
Yeah. It did. There we go. I got it. I need a nut first, I think. This is the hard part. Try to do it with my fingers a little bit first to get it to stay on there. Would help if I actually was tightening it, not loosening it. Okay, so we can't tighten it all the way.
Too much?
I think so. This is so hard. You gotta get that in there. And then there. Okay, I got it.
I can't really see. I can't see a thing.
Alright, now they should stay.
I hit that. Oh yeah.
So I try to make the gaps about the same. They're a little off, but they're about the same. So
You get this pretty snug though?
yeah, that's what the new one looks like. I gotta get down, which is always the hard part. Ow. Oh crap, should have grabbed your gas first. Funny story, I was just talking about how good the hay was this year yesterday, and we had our first bad bale that they don't want to eat. Well, this section, everything else they ate, but they wouldn't eat this, which I don't blame them. So you can tell they like wore the slide right off in it.
Yeah. When they wear, they'll peel off like this.
And then you got to use a screwdriver or something flat to get them back on.
It's almost, you can almost peel it off by hand.
Yeah.
And when you have a machine on it, the tension. I don't really like the design. I like the old ones where you flip back the.
And then you can see they leaked milk too because it's got dried on milk on it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the old ones, how'd they work? The ones that you had before?
You took your hose and you flip back a spring-loaded cover.
Yeah.
And when you flip back your cover, you quickly put your hose
It was just
on
putting a hose on a nipple, right?
On a nipple, yeah.
That seems so much less trouble.
Then they had a spring-loaded cover, so when you pulled your pulled your hose off, that spring-loaded cover quickly shut. You know, and when you put it on, you just quickly.
So did you have to change that when you changed the pipeline to 1.5 inches to 2 inches?
Well, we could have probably got those in 2-inch version instead of 1.5 inches.
But you just went to this instead?
We went to this, which I do not like.
Yeah.
Then we put the pumping system to pumping it from the.
Yeah, because the tank was under vacuum.
The tank was under vacuum.
So you had no vacuum tank.
What we should have done was bored it out to 2-inch, and this is 2-inch line now. We used to have 1.5 inches. All we would have had to done was bore the tank out to 2-inch and bell it.
Yeah.
And then you could have used a 2-inch line, and you wouldn't have had that whole pumping station, which I hate. Pumping over to your tank. Why do that?
That white jar that I emptied this morning.
It's just one more step you got to do.
It's not supposed to go over to that jar unless you flood the system. But there's no way to stop it from doing that because the water and milk go right by it.
Like my uncle used to say, it's just wishful thinking that milk won't go across to that plastic jar.
Yeah.
It's impossible. It just.
I mean, we had that dairy.
If you have a cow kick it off, it makes like a little mini hurricane.
Yeah.
And it just starts sucking it over to that. I hate it. We should have just drilled the tank out to 2-inch, gone with a 2-inch line, which it needed because this length of the barn, you need a 2-inch line. It's 350 feet down there. No, I'm sorry, 175. Yeah.
All the way around, it's about 200 feet. 400 feet.
Yeah, close to 400 all the way around. Well, probably it is with it.
We figured out that the hard way with the chain. We got 350 feet. We thought that would be enough, and
yeah, it's not. It's 400 feet. It takes 400 feet of chain to go around this barn because you got to go across the ends. So, but yeah, that tank should have been left vacuum.
But we had that
one less step. You know.
We had that DFA lady over here, and she agreed. She's like, it's not a good setup, but they're really reliable systems. She'd seen them before, but
Zero
she said
tank was a good tank. It still is. That's 1960s tank or something like that. It might be early 70s, but Zero is good. It's a Cadillac of tanks back now. It's Mueller, but I've heard guys say those old Zeros cool way quicker than a Mueller.
We know a guy who has a Zero and a Mueller.
Yeah.
And he said a Zero cools way better, but now he doesn't use it because he had the same issue we did.
We just put beater. We went right away from the back of the tank where the old wiring was because we were burning up rheostats left and right, and those were they got up to $800, and I said I'm not doing that again. So we had the idea of getting away from the electricity on the back of the tank and completely separate, and then move it over on the wall with just a, what do they call, a DC converter?
Yeah, it converts power from
AC to DC.
AC to DC.
And then it has a variable speed motor.
Yeah.
Well, I mean variable speed drives that runs those two motors. They're called generators. They're really not called electric motors. They're two generators that set on the tank, and they can spin fast or slow with that control. Well, it's the same thing you had with a rheostat.
Yeah.
Only we got away from the electrical part of the back of the tank was 1960s probably wiring, and instead of going what they want us to do,
they wanted us to put a whole microchip in the back of the tank, and it was going to cost a minimum of $5,000.
Yeah, and we get out of it for what, 150 bucks?
Yeah, 150 bucks. We put that thing on the wall and hooked it up to the motor.
The only thing, when your tank starts cooling,
you have to go turn it on.
You have to go start your beater,
which is fine. You just have to remember.
You can't go like this.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Anyway,
save yourself $5,000. I'd go flip a switch.
Yeah,
for $5,000.
And if
you wouldn't call me, I'll do it for you.
More milk, you'd have to have 2 of those, so $300 instead of $150. If we don't ship a lot of milk, so one of those little drives will stir our milk. But if you had shipped 10 or 12,000 pounds,
in the summer when the cows are on pasture, it puts that if it's milk pickup day and it's the last milking,
yeah, it goes into
overdrive, which. But it doesn't get hot or anything, so it's not a big deal. But if we ever had to milk more cows or whatever, you'd have to hook each motor up individually to their own DC drive or whatever. Okay, so it is later. We just finished everything up, and I went around with another bale for the girls. This was our feed that's actually from the field that we reseeded with oats, and it is really, really good stuff. They are enjoying it. I wanted to show you guys, since it's been a while since I actually introduced any cows to you. You guys really seem to enjoy that, so I wanted to kind of start up doing that again. So this right here is actually one of my cows. This is Emmy Lou. I don't know exactly how old she is. I literally just saw her chart yesterday and I can't remember. I think she's 7. She's at least 7. She's a brown Swiss Jersey cross. I think she's probably like 3/4 brown Swiss, or maybe she's 3/4 Jersey. She's one way or the other. She's either 3/4 Jersey, 1/4 brown Swiss, or 3/4 brown Swiss, 1/4 Jersey. I can't exactly remember. But she is dry right now. She's actually bagging up a little bit, getting ready to calve. She's a very, very chubby cow. You can probably tell by her neck and everything. She's just a little bit on the chubby side. But I'll show you guys her bag. She's probably got 2 weeks to go, probably, I think. I would say she's bagging up a little bit. But she has a very brown Swiss looking bag. But she's built more like a Jersey. She's short like a Jersey. But then you can see like how fat she is, like through her hips and everything. She's chubby like a brown Swiss. But that's what she's bagging up like so far. She's got all 4 quarters. Yeah, she's not like super, super keen on people, but she does behave herself and she's a good little milker. So that is Emmy Lou. She's like, get away from me, I'm trying to eat here. So I think Brent is inside right now making breakfast. That's definitely one of the perks of working on a farm. Most of the time you get free breakfast. So he's doing that, and when he comes back out, then we'll see what the rest of our day is gonna look like. So it is many days later. We actually didn't get up to anything the rest of that day that was filming. We didn't do anything else. I came down with a cold. I'm feeling much better now, but I do still have a kind of a nasty cough, but doing a lot better. So hopefully the next couple of days we'll start doing something else. Our weather is still weird. This morning was -4, and it's really windy and just nasty. It was snowing today too, but we got about 1.5 inches maybe. So yeah, hopefully it starts being more spring-like, because it's almost March and it's just ridiculous weather. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like and comment down below. Keep it real, keep farming, and I'll see you in the next one.